My name's Adam John and I'm from PSN, Patani Solidarity Network, and this is Patani Seminars. The Anglo-Siamese Treaty of 1909. What was it exactly? Well, it was an agreement between the world superpower of the time, Britain, with the last remaining independent state in Southeast Asia, Siam, or modern-day Thailand. The agreement drew the border between Siam and the northern Malay states, which went on to become part of Malaysia, but at that time was still under British control. The agreement saw the transfer of most of the Malay states in the north, which were Kedah, Perlis, Kelantan and Terengganu, except it didn't include all of the Malay states in the north. The northern part of Kedah, Satun, remained part of Siam, and the entire region of Patani also remained part of Siam. Why was the agreement important for Britain and Siam? Well, for Britain, it wanted Siam to act as a buffer state in order to protect its economic interests in the region from other European powers which were also looking to expand their colonial empire. This meant Britain needed Siam to modernise to become a modern nation state with formal borders. For Siam, it had already lost much of its territory in its tributary states, such as Cambodia and Laos to France, and parts of Burma to Britain. So for Siam, it wanted assurance from Britain that it itself would not lose its independence and become a colony of a European superpower. Was Patani part of Siam before the treaty? Patani, like all of the northern Malay states, was a tributary state of Siamese kingdoms for most of its history, where it had to show its subservience to the dominant Siamese kingdom of the time by sending the Bunga Emas, which was a gold-plated statue, and they had to do this every several years. However, for most of the time, Patani, like the other tributary states, was able to govern itself. Siam only began to consolidate its power over its tributary states in the 19th century, due to the threat of European countries looking to expand their colonial empires in Southeast Asia. Patani and other kingdoms in the Malay Peninsula, including Songkhla, experienced periods of independence, particularly when the dominant Siamese kingdom of the time had been militarily defeated by other kingdoms in the region, such as the Burmese and the Khmer. Patani was militarily defeated by the dominant Siamese kingdom of the time, Bangkok, in 1786. They sacked the local leaders, or Rajas of Patani, and appointed new ones. But this only led to the rise of violent rebellions from the local population. So Bangkok decided to use a divide and rule policy, where it split Patani into 7 provinces. But the rebellions continued. In the mid-19th century, King Chulalongkorn introduced reforms and moved towards centralising Bangkok's power over its tributary states, due to the threat from European empires. He therefore moved towards centralising the Patani region into one administrative zone, once again, which was called the Area of 7 Provinces. Then in 1906, he dissolved this zone and created Monthon Patani, which was made up of 4 larger provinces, which included Patani, Bangnara, which is modern-day Narathiwat, Saiburi, which is now part of Patani province, and Yala. So history shows that the influence of Siam in Patani runs deep. But history also shows the will of the local population in Patani to have a say in how they governed.